customization workshop that y'all did went viral.
Yes, yeah, it did.
But it took you 3 years. You knew 3 years prior that this was a thing you would have liked to participate in.
Yep.
But it took 3 years to finally say, all right, let me partner with this. Let me find this free space. Let me connect these dots.
Yes.
Because I think entrepreneurship is a lot about
connecting
dots that aren't connected.
Right, because I'm like, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm not a customizer. I don't have a space.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working full time. Yes, I can use. A lot of times I feel like as entrepreneurs, you're working full time. You're using some of that money to pour into your business as well.
All the time.
Yes, yeah. So I was like, I don't know how to do this. So it was all about that networking in Charlotte, meeting different people, going to Women Within and their events and seeing what they were about and creating that community and, getting really cool with their founder and understanding what they were a part of and what they wanted to do in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then that grew and grew and grew of learning the space, figuring out what we can do. So yeah, idea doesn't come. I tell my brother this all the time. You can have an idea, but you need to noodle on it for like a year maybe.
Yeah.
Or 2, or for me 3 before I can really figure out how this could make sense. Yeah.
So don't easily let go of your ideas.
Right. No.
Don't think just because it ain't coming together, maybe you've got to take more time and bring it to life.
Exactly.
So talk about what you're learning. So you had the brand activations happening. What is a brand activation, and how did you take what you learned there and apply it to Kicks and Froze?
Yeah, so I've learned a lot. I learned a lot when it came to working for Cantu. So I started with them as a content creator. I created a lot of content. And I always tell content creators to share what you use on a daily basis. These share and show people what you have in your cabinets and in your house. And that's how you create content around what you already have. And then they'll see how authentic it is. So that was a product I used in college. It was very affordable. It was at the store right up the street we would go to in college.
Yeah.
So I would share that a lot, and I became, an ambassador for them, then a national ambassador where I would travel a lot with them.
Oh, wow.
And then I went into working with them full time as a head of community and communications.
Wow.
So I've learned a lot from product development, from ingredient stories, from package writing to managing like their social team, PR team, press releases, PR crisis. I learned so much in that experience, and navigating events and going to events and learning how brand activations come to life from an idea that you may have with your marketing team of these are the products we want to highlight. This is if we want it to be a brand awareness play or sell play, understanding like what all that means and how that activation comes to life for a community-based event or a city-based event in that city. So when I would go to these events and, promote the brand, talk about the brand, educate, I would also, you do these all the time, so you see a lot of the same faces. I would meet so many people from around the world that, have started products or that work for brands. And I would see the type of activations or the things they would put on. And then I'm a social butterfly. So if an event, I'm in that city, if something was going on, I was going to go out, outside of that and check that out while I'm in the city working. And that's where I learned a lot of like, I would want to go to this. Like, why don't I have it in Charlotte? Or why don't we have this?
Right.
How can I bring some of this back there? Like some of the things that I see and that I want to do, especially when it came to sneakers. And
so brands, entrepreneurs should be looking for events in their city.
Yes.
They can then figure out how to either get a booth or get some sort of setup at that event,
or go and attend. You don't have the money to if you don't have the money to vend, just go out there, go and attend those, walk around, learn, see what these other brands that may be larger than you or on your same level are doing. Yeah. And learn from that and so brainstorm from that.
Many times they're either, you mentioned building awareness.
Yep.
That could be the only reason. We're just here. We're not going to make any money.
We're just sampling. We just want people to know and understand who we are.
And we're trying. So you mean like what would be an example of an event that's going on in a city where
Say Atlanta does a World Natural Hair Show.
Okay.
That was one of like the first events I ever attended as a blogger, as
Yeah.
well as worked at for a
Okay.
brand. So say they have tons of booths around,
Mhm.
and you go to a booth where it's all about awareness, a brand awareness.
Yeah.
They have samples, they might have some swag, stickers, t-shirts, something, but they also have pamphlets. They're also educating you. They're also telling you where you can purchase the product.
Got
If it's
you.
online, on their website, if it's at a retailer near you. So they're seeing how many people they're touching as they're coming in the door. And understanding how many people attended the event. So,
So
and
you
doing
can
the
count
numbers on
in
that.
real time.
Yeah.
I'm activating this brand in the community. I'm
Right.
making people aware. Or you mentioned, what was the other one? Awareness or actual
Sales.
sales.
Some people are selling, so you have a 2 for $10 bundle.
Yeah.
Or different types of bundle, and they're doing
Sale.
demos. So
Yeah.
I'm showing you how this product works. Your hair type or whatever the case may be, your sneakers want to get clean. I'm showing you how this cleaner works. You have kids. Okay, I need this cleaner. Let me go over here and buy a bottle. They're doing 2 for $10.
Right.
I'm going to get 2 bottles. Come on, let's go. So you're, selling, getting sales,
Yeah.
you're generating sales, but also driving traffic to your space and to your
Right.
booth because you have a hair demo or you're cleaning sneakers or you have something cool going on.
And then the last thing you mentioned is you're making new contacts. You're seeing
making new
people
contacts.
that were probably at the last event in
Yes.
Boston or in DC. And now there's a network that you're gaining from just, oh, this is how this is done.
Yes. And all from attending. I would go with business cards and I'm talking to people, handing out my business cards, letting them know what I do.
Yeah.
And just that's how I would network.
Would
and
you
meet
talk
people.
about Cantu and Kicks and Froze at the same time? or-
Well, I wasn't really working for.
Oh,
I
at the
hadn't started
time?
Kicks and Froze at the time
you
of
hadn't
these
started.
events.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes we would integrate Kicks and Froze into Cantu events.
Yeah.
Just to make have that cool factor of
Really?
like, oh, this is something different.
Okay.
Or I started wearing sneakers to their events, and people would notice that.
Was
too.
that cool? Did you have to get approval, or was
Yeah, I
it-
would talk to them about it. They loved. I always say like, I will work for a company who is also invested in my dreams and things that I want to do. And they were a company that was like that. They were very much supportive of like outside things that we did or outside passions that we had. And if I had an idea to like maybe integrate it and they thought it was a cool way, or like I said, they can tap into natural hair enthusiasts in a different type of way and not at a beauty show where you're trying to fuss for attention,
Right.
but somewhere else where, sneakers may be prominent, but oh wow, y'all
also
you
like
have
it-
hair and you
yeah.
have to keep
If you care about the bottom of your body, you probably care about the top
Exactly.
of your body as
Yes, so
Yeah.
finding ways to like integrate that, and I always
well. That's
tell
smart
people,
too,
like,
because I don't think entrepreneurs are a lot of times they thinking about, well, I got to go to this type of show because this is
No.
what my product is, but you got to think kind of around
yes,
what else are your customers interested in,
right.
that-
Where you can be like the star of the show and not necessarily arguing with like-minded, not arguing, but fighting for
Yeah.
attention with like-minded businesses who are
Yeah.
like yours.
Right.
Well, it's like a different place you can go to. Essence Fest as well. I go, get business cards out, meet different entrepreneurs and business owners as well. I'm always trying to. I feel like that's how you create community, and that's how the community supports you as well. Like finding them where they are, and not necessarily, trying to do other things.
I love this because one of the things I try to fight is people say that, jobs are just stealing your life and jobs is a waste of time and jobs is what you do to be just over broke and just give up on your dreams. I'm like, no, there are good jobs out there.
There are good jobs.
And
yes.
jobs that can dually influence your entrepreneurial path.
Yep.
Look at everything you picked up
Yep.
in that role.
Yes.
And now with Kicks and Froze, it's like, okay, and you teaching me like, oh, we could do this, that, and the third.
Yes.
With just because I was at a level where they were doing it on a big scale. And they let you do stuff with them.
Exactly.
You was able to activate your brand along with their brand in some cases.
Yes.
So that's really cool. So
Yeah.
how did that end? What happened there? Was it end bad? Was it
No, I always said I would do both until I couldn't anymore.
Okay.
And it got to that point where I was like talk to my husband like, yeah, it's getting kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm having to take off to try to, go here and do an interview or go and set up,
Yeah.
or I'm trying to do this and then I gotta work, and and I travel a lot for Cantu. So, and I knew I wanted to be like set in Charlotte and be able to network. And I was like, yeah, I think it's gotten to that point where I'm gonna have to choose.
Yeah.
And it was December, so it hadn't been a full year of full-time entrepreneurship. Like December 31st was my last day. I still help my team out because I love them. That's like my family now.
Really?
So,
That's so nice.
if it's something that they would love for me to work on, I'll freelance and help out. I love educating on the brand.
They want you back.
Different things. Yeah, I helped them out a lot, but they understand. They understood.
Yeah.
They knew it was probably coming.
Were you
But
sad?
they're very supportive. I was.
Did you cry a little bit?
I was a little sad. I didn't cry. A little sad. Like I know I'm gonna miss that energy and all the things I learned. I don't like to leave people. Like I don't want to leave y'all hanging.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But I think I was more like a weight lifted off too, of like, oh, I was successful. I did what I needed to do there. And
so you got out before you
is the
start
time.
letting them down, or before things start getting too messy. Like,
yeah, I didn't
don't
want
wanna
to
let y'all-
ever, want to ever feel like super burnt out where I wasn't able to complete my work and do a great job.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely like that's my family for sure.
So how has it been? Has it a month or whatever? Has there been anything scary financially? Like
I wouldn't say scary, but I will say as an entrepreneur, you kind of have to do more planning of your funds and where your money going, and things like that. Because you're so used to, I think people are often nervous about taking that leap because it's not every 2 weeks that check ain't hitting.
Right.
You have to work to earn and get your money. Like if you're not working, you're not getting paid.
Right. Ain't no check just showing up.
It's not just showing up.
Yeah.
So I think just making sure I was aware of that. That makes me nervous sometimes. I wake up like, girl, you ain't getting no check in 2 weeks. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Does it make you focus?
I think so. It makes me hyper focused. But I'm like a super shout out to my parents because they're very much hustlers. So I think I have, I'm laser focused.
You gonna eat?
Yeah, because I'm gonna eat. Yes.
Yeah.
If I gotta get $1,500 by tomorrow, I'm gonna get $1,500 by tomorrow.
It's gonna happen.
Yes, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.